Hi, I'm Catherine Fulvio and welcome to Roma Recipes at Ballyknocken Cookery School. Today we're going to make a lovely Tuscan bean soup and it's so delicious, and there's so many varieties of recipes for a Tuscan bean soup. This is my variation of it and it's a meal in itself. It's got all these wonderful ingredients here. We're going to use onions, we're using butter beans, you can use cannellini beans either, pancetta, I've got some mixed herbs, I've got 2 cans of chopped tomatoes, here I have some penne, you can use soup pasta either, olive oil and spinach. And I have a little bit of stock as well to thin out the tomatoes. So we're going to start with cooking off the onions. And in goes our olive oil. A nice drizzle of olive oil. The onions will cook a little faster otherwise. And then our onions. There we go. A lot of people don't give their onions enough time to cook, and what they do is they just heat them through and then maybe put the tomatoes in, and really at that stage all you're doing is boiling your onions in the tomato juice, which is a very different flavour from cooking the onions down fully. So I have pancetta here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dice this up and quickly fry it with the onions. Lovely, that's grand. Turn the heat up and just pop your pancetta in on the high heat, and it'll fry itself with the onions. I love the flavour that pancetta imparts, that lovely smoky, salty flavour that comes into a soup. So I think this is crucial to this recipe. Having said that, if you have a vegetarian at home, you can of course make this recipe without the pancetta. Oh yes, that smells fabulous. We just leave that for a few minutes just to fry. So our bacon is now cooked, and in go our chopped tomatoes. You can use the whole cherry tomatoes as well. You'll need about 2 cans of tomatoes. Now, as these tomatoes are so beautifully dense, it's a good idea to add a little bit of stock in as well. So I have some chicken stock here just to thin it out a little bit, because after all it is a soup rather than a sauce. Beautiful. So we've just got to wait a minute now for this to come up to the boil, and then I'm going to put my penne in. So you need about 100 grams, so it's about 1/5 of the packet. And what happens is the pasta actually cooks in the tomatoes, so don't cook it separately. There we go, that should do it. I'll bring that back to the boil and then leave it to simmer. So it's going to be a good like 8 to 10 minutes for the pasta to cook. So we'll just check now and see if the pasta is cooked. Oh yeah, that's absolutely perfect. The next ingredient that needs to go in is seasoning, which we haven't put in yet. So a good pinch of pepper. A nice bit of salt, but do remember there is salt already in there with the pancetta. Here's some mixed herbs. So I just have straight from the garden a little bit of parsley and some chopped thyme. And again, a pinch of sugar just to balance out the sharpness of the tomatoes. Give that a little stir. That's nice. And these are the butter beans. Now, I've already cooked these butter beans. You could just as easily just buy a can of beans and just drain them well and put them in. So all we're doing is just heating up the beans. This is spinach, and it looks like a huge amount, and it is a huge amount, but it'll wilt down into it and the juice will come out of the spinach and mix with the soup and thin the soup lightly. There we go, that should do it. Okay, just push that down and pop the lid back on, heat it through, and the spinach will cook at the same time. You're only talking about a minute or 2. Okay, let's have a look. Oh yes, see how the spinach has just wilted down there? I mean, that's exactly what you want. And it gives a beautiful colour to it. And it's one of your 5 a day. So this really is dinner in itself. It's more than a soup, because it has the meat and it has the vegetables, it has the pasta, tomatoes, it has everything in it. So it's ready to serve. So a nice big deep bowl and good ladlefuls of your pasta. There we go. That's lovely. It goes, and just tidy the edge of the bowl. Very nice. And then serve it with some nice crusty bread. So there you have it. A beautiful Tuscan bean soup a la Ballynocken. Enjoy it.